Oh, Lord, these boys are handsome.
This is the Dynasty Football Live podcast.
Good evening.
Oh,
Jason.
no.
What? Fuck. That was it. That was the one.
I thought you were going to count down from 5.
Okay, sorry. I will count down from 5.
Never going to happen.
It's good to go now, but it takes about 5 seconds for Skype to start recording. Right now it's recording. This is going to be our intro.
Okay, perfect. I'm ready. Take 6.
Go.
Good evening. Jason, hello.
Hello.
Nick, hello.
Good day.
Day. Ty, hello.
Hello.
And finally, Uncle Leo. Hello. Jerry, hello. Thanks for joining us for our 29th-ish episode of the Dynasty Football Live podcast program. We come to you recorded, luckily within the last 48 hours or so. Jay's pretty consistent on that, and I got a lot of respect for his consistency. I really do, Jay. You're welcome. I also have a lot of respect for sloths for different reasons. I'm not comparing the two here. But they could move faster, but they don't. They're happy with their pace, and I respect that. What's the rush? Right? What's the rush?
Absolutely.
Very consistent as well. This week, we're going to share something we did last week. It's this homemade quilt. We all worked on that. Just kidding. Ty did that all by himself. Good for you, Ty. Good work. You could put that off for a raffle in a county fair, buddy. Get a few bucks there.
I'm keeping that, man. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
And something else. What we did together was a Dynasty Startup draft with some interesting conditions. We had some fun. We had a few ideas floating around about what we can do to make it something new, something fun, small. So we finally settled on what we're going to show you today. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. We just want to kind of go through it. I'm going to ask Jay, who also is very good at explaining things. We've got a lot of respect for that as well. He's a great explainer. And
What
he's
I'm
going
getting from this is Dave just damn respects me.
to...
Me and sloths.
Sloths.
Women,
Not
not
too
at all.
dissimilar.
Not at all. Look
fair.
at his Bumble reviews.
But yeah, we're gonna have Jay kind of touch on that, and also gonna have Nick touch on something else, which is in regard to something else we're gonna do that's gonna be interesting. But I'm gonna let him talk about that in a moment. But Jay, can you first just explain exactly what we did last week together?
Well, we were trying to come up with ideas for episodes, and I mean, at this point, there's not a lot happening, so it was kind of tough. And we want to keep going once a week. We have some ideas for some future stuff, but a little later on. And we're talking about how much we hate being in leagues where you get all these people that just don't pay attention, or draft a team and just kind of bail on it, or you have all these orphan teams to start a season. So we're like, how do 4 of us do a league? Then shit got creative. Texts were sent back and forth, paper airplanes flown in with diagrams. Dave showed me his penis. I don't know why.
Again.
Again. It's not infected, Dave. It's just red.
Okay.
So basically, we came up with a fun idea. So we wanted to do a draft. We didn't want to do another mock draft because we've done enough mock drafts to last a lifetime, especially for this draft class because we're all pretty enamored with it. So we decided we're going to come up with a 4-team league. How are we going to do a 4-team league where all 4 guys in the podcast could do it? And we came up with an idea. So basically, we each have a 4-team league, 2 QBs, technically. Well, 1 QB, 1 Superflex, 3 wide receivers, 3 running backs, 2 tight ends, tight end premium, so full point per PPR full point per reception for tight ends, half point on the entire half point the entire league. And the way we came up with it was we did a random draft alignment. So Nick ended up with first, Ty ended up with second, I ended up third, and Dave ended up fourth. And the person picking second was the first person to choose the division. The person picking third was the second person. Person picking fourth was the third, and person picking first got to choose the division the 4th time. Just a regular snake. But we change up the divisions every time, which left us some interesting strategies where you could say, well, okay, do I want the AFC South or the AFC East because they're weak, and then I can get my player there or get the divisions out of the way, whatever have it be. But this way, we didn't have your typical Christian McCaffreys and your Pharaoh Coopers, as Dave likes to take early. It wasn't super predictable, and you could really fuck other people. Like, it was a lot of fun. And what made it a lot of fun was the strategy involved. We're working on a way to kind of see well, not really working away. We're gonna play it this entire season just for fun, just to see where it ends up. We're also gonna post the video just to and the pictures on the website just to show you guys where we did draft. But we're gonna take a few minutes and it's gonna be a short episode. We're gonna take a few minutes. We're gonna go through and just explain our thought process. So if anybody else wants to try this league, I'll have the rules up as well. It's just a lot of fun. Like I've never had this much fun drafting a league in my entire life. Like I was laughing so much doing it. And the strategies are great.
Yeah.
You know, like
fuck me a couple times.
Yeah. And once you fucked me, Dave.
I did. Your pee. I didn't fuck you. Your pee break fucked you. That wasn't me. I don't want to.
Oh, okay. And it's nice because, like, for instance, like I was before Dave. Dave picked twice, so I got to pick on his second pick what division we were choosing, and I know Dave likes this guy, or he needs a tight end, so I know I can get this player. And then we all realized that we had a 2 tight end league, but halfway through the draft, things got interesting again.
I do.
Because we forgot. Dave remembered. It was a lot of fun. So we're going to take you guys through that. But first, I think Nick, we've been dying to do a listener league, and I think Nick's probably best to explain this. So Nick, why don't you take us away, buddy?
Yeah. So, we're looking to add another league that, because we kind of have talked about our other league before in the past, but we want to make our listener league the main league that we talk about. So we're inviting you guys. We want you guys to join us. We're going to do a startup draft, Superflex, half PPR, something pretty standard like that. It's going to be a free league. We're looking for the listeners. We want you guys to DM us on dynastylife_FF. Send us a message. Let us know. We plan on drafting the startup league on Sunday, June 7th. Between 4 and 8 Eastern. Just let us know if you're available, and we'll let you know what time it is. And it's gonna be a lot of fun. The 4 of us are gonna be in the league, and we're gonna challenge 8 listeners. I think it's gonna be a blast.
And all we really ask is for you to be active. Like we don't care what your expertise level is, because you're gonna beat Dave anyway. We just need to know that you're gonna be active, and it's gonna be a fun league. There's gonna be a lot of chatter, and we're gonna make some sort of trophy. We haven't decided what yet. It's going to be something crazy. It's going to be something fun. It's going to be free. No, don't want to pay any dues. We're going to pay for it. We're going to send you guys, whether it's memorabilia with something funny on it, or there's going to be a trophy that's a bowling trophy with a devil's head on. I don't know what it's going to be. But it's going to be something fun, and it's going to be free.
Can we block trade trades from Nick though? Can we somehow put that into the thing?
Oh yeah. So whatever Nick
with a warning, it comes with a warning.
Decline.
Yeah. I have an auto decline. I'm kidding.
We do call him the Trade Cosby of our group.
Yeah, so it's going to be a free league, guys. So, not a ton invested other than just a little bit of time, and just have fun with it, guys. That's what we're looking for.
Absolutely. 100%. Good. All right. And we'll just reiterate that at the very end there. Let's just get in this. Anyone want to start it off, or want me to start it off, or what do you want to do?
Take it away.
Well,
take it away, Dave.
Ty, you picked the division, didn't you? Because I had first pick.
Yeah. So whoever picks the division, take the time to talk about it.
There you go.
Did I pick that? Okay, so I picked the AFC South to start with.
Certainly did.
And the reason I did that is because it's a bit of a disaster. It's not great. I kind of wanted to see how people handled it.
Gracefully.
So Nick went to Sean Watson first, Superflex. That makes a ton of sense. Second out with Jonathan Taylor. I was thinking Derrick Henry, but I'll go with the younger guy. I don't think it's time to buy Derrick Henry.
Yeah, it is time.
AJ Brown, and then Dave fourth. I decided it was time to buy Derrick.
Shut up and take my money.
That's best person available. Again, it is dynasty focused, so yeah. I think Ty got the right pick there for sure.
Yeah. I didn't want to go with I was thinking AFC East start off really poor, but I wanted to give us something to start with. So I thought that would be a good way to go.
You're too kind.
Well, Jay chose to screw us the second round, which he chose.
Yeah. AFC South again.
Yeah.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. And then we came up with a rule that you can't pick the same division 3 times in a row.
And no more than a total of 4 times overall.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just and that's definitely for the best, as you can see from the talent pool. Because I think Nick, who'd you get in round 2 there, buddy?
Well, first overall wasn't Nick.
Oh, you're right. You're last. I'll give you that, because I took Leonard Fournette again. I went with another running back. He was best available, because I'm not a big DJ Chark fan yet, at least. Jay, you got him.
I locked into DJ Chark because Dave took Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, and then Ty, you grabbed the young Ty Hilton.
It's because they have the same name. No, it's the only reason he likes to have one Ty in his team.
I don't think Ty's got dots. I think Ty is dotless though.
He is dotless.
I ended up with Tyreek Hill late in the draft too. I'm willing to go. I was thinking about getting Ty Montgomery now that he's a Saint, but
that's what made it kind of fun though. You got T.Y. Hilton in the second round, and Tyreek Hill far later in the draft,
Yeah.
in the 8th.
Exactly. That's what made it interesting.
And then
And then
Nick finished it off with Brandon Cooks.
I was not my proudest draft pick I've ever chosen. That's for sure.
I think he's gonna work well for everybody. He's gonna have a great year.
I don't know
Houston.
who else you would have taken there though. Really,
Yeah.
And the
David
fun-
David
think
Johnson.
Well,
Yeah.
I think the fun thing about this league too is one of the other rules is if you draft a player from a division and you want to drop them, you have to pick up another player from the same division. So if there's a couple good players left on the board at the end of this, so once we release the episode, we're actually going to go and do our waiver wire claims, and we're doing FAB obviously because that's the only one way to do it. It's only players you drop. Can you pick a player from the same division? You can't just go and drop like a player from the AFC East and pick up somebody from the NFC South.
Yeah,
Exactly.
just adds a little bit of a twist. That's pretty interesting.
It's a little pizzazz, if you will.
Mhm.
I went next. I think I chose the next division. I went to the west of the NFC. I'm
I
mistaken.
was so happy. I was so happy you did after the layup
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that
This-
Jay gave me with Brandon Cooks on the back half there. Like, oh,
Yeah, this is a pity division pick for you, Nick. I felt bad for everybody, so I wanted to make sure you got the best tight end in the league, which you did.
thank you, Dave.
So, my pleasure.
And I took care of you later on. We'll talk about who you ended up with there.
You did, absolutely. Scratch each
Yeah.
other's back. And then Ty, you snatched up DeAndre. Good call.
yeah, I was really hoping for George Kittle there, but I'll take DeAndre Hopkins. I gave a lot of thought to Kyler Murray, who Jay took next to. Super flex, but I mean,
Yeah.
I just couldn't pass up DeAndre Hopkins.
No.
And there wasn't as much as I thought in that division because I realized I picked last.
Yeah, Dave
So-
picked Cooper Cup. There was more than you thought when he picked Cooper Cup, though.
Yeah.
There was. But I like Cooper. He's on my team, so it'd be fun to watch. I do enjoy watching guys like you follow on your team. It's kind of fun, but not the expense of losing your league. But I like Cooper. He can really light it up. So we'll see what he does in his third year, I think, third or fourth.
Yeah,
Third year, fourth.
Third?
I don't know.
Third? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. All right, next does Nick. You grabbed I think you chose the AFC East.
I did because I knew I was gonna nominate the AFC East because I knew if I want to go be last the first time through, I did not want to be last through the AFC East the second time through. So that's why I nominated because I felt okay with the fourth guy that I would probably get. So Dave, you ended up picking first. You took Josh Allen, which is a solid pick.
Thank you. Wasn't easy.
It was. Jay followed up with Tua.
Back-to-back young QBs.
Back to back loading up on QBs, and then Ty, who just doesn't like quarterbacks for some reason,
Yeah.
took Stephon Diggs, and I ended up with Devontae Parker. I wasn't thrilled with that pick, but that was sort of the strategy I had for that round.
There you go. So you got Cooks and Parker for your wide receiver core, but it gets better.
I would tell you this. I was sweating after that. I was like, oh man, this is bad.
Yeah, so we were worried a little bit there, but things, as you'll see, go on. Nick was able to recover in his wide receiver position, absolutely. Nick, Ty, I think then you picked the NFC North. Is that right?
I did.
No.
I did. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah, I picked the NFC North because I was picking second, and I looked at the division and I thought there's two players I really, really want to own here: Devontae Adams and Dalvin Cook. I was picking second, so I figured I didn't really care which one I got. Nick ended up taking Devontae Adams, so I went Dalvin Cook, and I was plenty happy with that.
So you're really just 50-50 on those two guys, eh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
51-49. Not even Jay's 51 or 49, eh?
I would have preferred.
Straight 50-50.
Devontae Adams. But
Yeah.
I was pretty okay with Dalvin Cook, who ended up being my RB3 in this draft. So,
But
it
that
worked
was
out
your
pretty well.
But that's your strategy, though, right there, Ty, because you knew you would land two of the top guys picking second, right? So that's kind of the interesting thing about it.
That's right. And like Jay followed up with Kenny Galladay. He was fine. I like Kenny Galladay, DeAndre Swift for Dave.
What
Young
young?
player. Put his money where his mouth is. He's a Swift guy.
Got it.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're great players, but they're definitely a tier or two behind Cook and Devontae Adams.
Mhm.
So that was my thinking in that round was
There's two.
get one of those two tier
Yeah.
one guys.
And I was excited. Like my goal coming to this, I knew it was going to be deep because there's four of us. I really wanted to go wide receiver, quarterback heavy, just based on longevity. Even though we might only play this league for 1 year, I thought it would be kind of an interesting thing to go as close to, light on the RBs as possible. And Ty went very strong with the running backs. Doesn't usually do that.
Running back, yeah, I like running
You
backs.
usually go one, and then you fill a bunch of positions, then you get another one later in the draft.
Well, I mean, if you look at my wide receivers, it worked out pretty well there too.
It did work really well.
I could just never bring myself to draft quarterbacks early.
No, I don't usually either.
There's just enough depth there. Even Superflex, I'll wait.
Yeah, we'll see how that works for you in a couple of rounds. I think Jay picked the next one, which was the NFC West, and I already have a quarterback, but I went right back with a quarterback with Russell Wilson. He was the guy, so I got that covered. Wasn't overly thrilled with it, but.
And then I put my money where my mouth was and picked up Cam Akers. I love the landing spot for him.
I kind of wish I had taken him but I went with the best player, but I am jealous that Jay got his hands on my Cam Akers. Good for you, buddy. And then
tie with Kenyon Drake, which I think is a great value pick there. I think he's gonna be great this season.
I was bummed that you took Drake because at this point I've already got 2-3 wide receivers. I was hoping Drake was going to be there. I've been tweeting nonstop about Drake. From both my account and the other Twitter account. So I was hoping to put my money where my mouth is, but Ty took him. But I was happy with DK Metcalf.
I think a lot of people were overlooking him too. I think Drake maybe a little bit. So
I think he's going to finish the year as top 6, top 7 running back.
I think so too. And even DK Metcalf. Like I was looking at where I drafted Kyler Murray. I was a little concerned that somebody ahead of me, either George Kittle or DeAndre Hopkins, would draft Kyler Murray. And I was looking at DK Metcalf as kind of my third guy in that division between Kittle, Hopkins, and Murray. I was going to take one of those three, and then DK was kind of my fallback, depending on who came up. So I love DK here too.
For sure.
Then I gave the next division that Nick was starting with to the AFC South. Nick, you took the best man available.
There, buddy. You gave.
I did
money at this point.
Yeah. I took the obvious pick here, Lamar Jackson. I guess a little bit of my strategy coming in was if there was a top 5 to 8 elite dynasty quarterback available, I was going to take him regardless. And I was going to try and load up on running backs because it's such a small league. I wanted to load up on elite running backs. It just didn't really fall that way to me. So I kind of went with my usual take the best player and worry about the rest later. And I think it worked out for me.
Yeah. And then we got our first tight end off the board. Because it's a premium league. Second. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Kittle. Sorry. He's a gimme. Mark Andrews.
Love that pick.
Yeah, he's my tight end 3 overall in Dynasty right now. Maybe he might even approach 2, depending on Travis Kelce, how he holds up this year. Mm-hmm. And it's a tight end premium, 2 tight end league. Even if I kind of forgot about the 2 tight end league for a bit, it is a full PPR for tight ends. So
Thanks for the reminder, Dave.
Yeah, I knew I wanted a good tight end, so decided to go with Mark Andrews over. Jay's pick next was Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon, Dave took. Yeah. Love both those picks. In a vacuum, I would take both those guys ahead of Andrews in Dynasty easily, but I figured there's so much depth. I'm going to get good running backs. Yeah. Tight ends, there's like 7 guys I like. So
especially in this format, you kind of got to grab them when you can because you don't know when they're going to come around again with the way it's set up. So I think that was a really smart move.
But that's the fun part, right? You never know what division's going to get nominated next. So how you choose your guy is, very strategic.
I think a lot of us went with best player available for the most part.
Yeah.
Reluctantly, sometimes.
Yeah, best player available and then position to need was kind of, depending on the round.
I think Nick took NFC West after that. Oh, this is where he gives me one back.
Well, you had given me Lamar Jackson and George Kittle. So I thought, I better help Dave back a little bit here.
No, it wasn't.
Did you guys have a hand job agreement? A handshake agreement on this one?
That's progressive.
I think we just looked at each other's eyes and said we know what to do here.
Right.
And Dave,
we were able to connect.
I put in a Star Trek background for you,
did you?
5 minutes ago, and you didn't even fucking comment.
I'm so focused on the draft board here.
Sorry. Now talk about your hand job agreement with Nick.
I'm so enthralled here with this draft result here that I could go. Wow, I'm very disappointed myself as per usual. I took Mahomes, and I did take him reluctantly because of the next pick, because I already had Russell Wilson and Josh Allen. So it wasn't, but again,
you have to take Mahomes.
You got to take Mahomes, and then of course Jay grabbed Travis Kelce, of course.
Remembering that tight end premium, and it's a 1 tight end league, and then I went, I got my tight end, and I just need a backup. And Dave's like, no, guys, it's a tight end premium.
Yeah,
2 tight end league, and we're like, shit.
That was about 4 or 5 rounds later that all came to fruition. You'll see that because we see a lot of orange coming up.
It wasn't yet. You're right.
And then of course Tyreek Hill. That's a bit of a no-brainer tie for you. But because of the name of the player. He's pretty good wide receiver. Well,
Yeah, 25 years old, attached to Patrick Mahomes.
yeah,
I'll take him on any dynasty roster. Yeah,
absolutely. And Nick, I love Josh Jacobs, so good for you on that. I would gladly have him on my team, which I do in some leagues, which I don't know if we'll be continuing that, but good for you. Love that young guy. He's I found him very consistent last year. He's always getting 10, 11 points. He didn't have any like 27, 28 point blowout games, but he was always putting up what I saw anyway, 10, 11, 12 points. Like pretty
14, 15 half PPR leagues. PPR.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If he gets some pass catching work, he could really blow up. I just don't know if he's going to get that.
Yeah.
Jalen Richard took away a bit. They drafted Lynn Bowden.
Yeah.
That's the only question.
And then I think I'm guessing that Nick got first pick of the next round. I think
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
Ty picked it, I think.
The NFC East. Yeah.
Yeah. Ty, just explain your obvious reasoning here for picking this division.
It's the exact same as last time. My reasoning here was I'm never picking first. I'm either picking second or third in this format. So I decided to go NFC East. I'm picking second. So you have Saquon, you have Zeke, you have two very elite players here. I wanted to get one of the two. So
Nick,
I let Nick take Saquon. I took Zeke.
Very consistent, Ty, with your strategy. And again, you know how I feel about consistency. So good on you.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of what you had to do if you were Jay or myself picking in the middle. Because
Yeah.
we never got the first pick. Like I was never going to have a Christian McCaffrey round. So I had to look for divisions where there's two guys in a tier above everybody else and make sure I got one of the two.
That made strategy quite fun though, because you really had to think about it more in the middle, and you really had to think about it when you're first. I mean, and someone's choosing your division, it's a no-brainer. But when you're fourth and you're choosing the division, you really have to think: is there 4 guys in this division I want?
Exactly.
Jay, you got Miles Sanders. You like that guy?
I was ecstatic to get Miles Sanders here. I didn't think he'd last. I thought it was going to be Miles Sanders, then Saquon Barkley, then maybe Zeke. No, of course I got fucking Miles Sanders. They took the 2 best running backs in the division. I got Miles Sanders. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, and since you guys took all the good running backs in that division, I said, you know what? It's time to take a tight end. And Ingram's in that division, so I said it's time. And I took Evan Ingram. Hopefully he stays healthy this year. Then Jay chose for me the AFC South.
You know why I did that, Dave? Because I knew you'd take Christian McCaffrey.
And
if you didn't, I'd get Christian McCaffrey, and I was fine with that.
Yeah,
but I wanted the best wide receiver in football.
I know.
And I knew I could guarantee myself the best wide receiver in football or the best running back in football by choosing this division.
Absolutely smart. And I really, after I took McCaffrey, part of me wanted Thomas. And it hurt. It hurt a little bit that I didn't get Thomas.
I'll trade you.
Yes, I don't know. Full PPR, I go back and forth on these two. I think I would take Thomas over McCaffrey, maybe.
In full PPR, yeah.
Well, I didn't have
close.
My only wide receiver at this point was Cooper Kupp. That was the only guy I had. So
yeah, Dave, you loaded on running backs and quarterbacks and tight ends.
So
I actually thought you were going to take Thomas.
I do actually. I really feel, but I'm not complaining. I got McCaffrey. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy with I own McCaffrey.
So I thought I assumed you were going to take Thomas. If not, I was happy with either.
Yeah, definitely.
I was happy. I was happy with the third pick too of Alvin Kamara.
Yeah,
and I think Nick was happy with Chris Godwin at 4. That's a deep, damn division.
That division's
could have been back to this division 2 or 3 more times in a row, and we would have all been pretty happy with our picks.
Yeah.
Yep. After that one, I'm starting to lose track of what. I think it was me that picked the NFC East.
It was.
Yes, it was. Yeah, and I believe it was Nick that got to pick first, and he took a quarterback.
Daxton Prescott.
Yeah, I mean you can't go wrong there. So you're at this point you are really set at flex and quarterback position.
I'm feeling pretty good with my 3 quarterbacks right now. I was feeling set.
Ty took Jalen Hurts as backup.
I will say here, I took Carson Wentz. I'm going to read you guys an interesting stat here. This was posted by Michael Hoff, FF Realist on Twitter. Give him a follow. Best percentage of quarterbacks as a QB1 in a 3-year span. So he had to play 35 games. So Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes are involved. Number 1, Deshaun Watson, 67%. Number 2, Carson Wentz, 65. Russell Wilson, 58. Jameis, 52. Dak, 52.
Is that
Carson Wentz? He's played probably exactly 35 games because he's hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
And the Jalen Hurts draft pick's not a huge boost of confidence, but I mean, this was still a number 2 overall pick a couple of years ago. Guys had a ton of good fantasy upside. I was pretty okay with getting him here. It's definitely I have the worst quarterback situation of all 4 of us for sure. But if you can wait and pick the like 7th quarterback off the board and get Carson Wentz,
Yeah. He's going to have a better year than
Absolutely.
last year. He has to have a better year than last year.
I'm okay with that.
I had him last year. I still have him, and wow, that was a rough year. He's going to bounce back, so he's going to be fine. Especially he's got some more weapons.
I have way too many shares of Carson Wentz to take another share of him, but I do believe that he is an elite quarterback. I think the elusiveness we saw 2 years ago is going to come back.
Absolutely, yeah.
And he has better receiving options now.
And
too,
he's
really.
I was going to say, and he's now has Jalen Reagor.
Yeah, Reagor, yeah.
I mean, that alone, I don't know.
Well,
And hopefully some health on the receiving core too.
Well, his value has plummeted so much because of that poor receiving core, because of the poor health. And he had the ACL injury. It takes 2 years really to feel comfortable. Most people, right?
Absolutely.
So he's a nice buy low right now. So I like the pick.
Although I will say he's my first quarterback off the board, and I'm trying to tell you how confident I am in that. But I came with stats prepared to defend the pick. So clearly I'm not 100% comfortable with it.
He's good looking though, so I gotta give him that. So you pick for looks, that's for sure.
And I just want to talk quickly about my next pick here.
Please.
I took Amari Cooper. I was between Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, and I like the future for CeeDee Lamb a little more. I don't know if there's that much difference in talent between them. Amari's deal is only good for until 2021. Then they can cut him. But I at the end of the day, I already have Kenny Golladay, DJ Chark, and AJ Brown. I wanted the slightly older wide receiver that might have better production this season.
Yeah, I think as much as I like Lamb, Cooper kind of has to be ahead of him in dynasty rankings for most people still right now.
Absolutely.
So. Yeah.
But I really wanted CeeDee Lamb though.
Yeah, it'd be fun to own.
I don't think I'm going to get a share in any of the dynasty leagues unless it's a startup.
He's dropping to 9 or 10 in some Superflex mocks I've seen. I hope that continues.
Yeah, then I might get a shot at him. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I grabbed them obviously because I needed a wide receiver, and it's a dynasty focus, so grab them.
That's just the foolish people that are taking Rigor and Vaughn ahead of CD Lamb right now, which make no sense.
I love Jalen Rigor, but I'm not taking him ahead of CeeDee Lamb.
No, I'm not either.
Not unless you give me $271.
Yeah. Oh yeah. give me $71. Give me $17. I'll do it. I like Rigor too.
Yeah.
Nick took me to the NFC South. I think that sounds about right, where Atlanta resides. And this is where I think the Jeopardy music may have come in. I don't recall exactly.
Oh, it definitely came in.
But this was a tough decision. As you'll see, we all took the same position in this round. So that's division. It was a tough decision. But I went with the young hopeful, and he's got a lot of good vibes lately, Calvin Ridley. I think he's going to be the 1,000-yard club. I'm hoping for 8-9 TDs. So I'm kind of going to limb. There's some other guys, as you're going to see. I easily could have taken who Jay took, Mike Evans, easily. He's got Brady there. That's going to be fun to see what happens in Tampa Bay. And then Ty, you took Ridley's counterpart.
Took Julio Jones.
Jones.
I love Calvin Ridley, but I still have Julio ahead of him in Dynasty. So they're close though. They're getting closer.
And then DJ Moore, you can't really go wrong with that fella. He's got a bright career ahead of him. It's in Carolina, so there's some question marks there, but you can't argue the talent, and he's going to have a really good career.
See what happens with Teddy Two Gloves there, but
I'm not worried about Teddy there.
Yeah, I was surprised about DJ Moore lasting that long. I thought he would be long gone. I actually thought I was going to get Ridley there, and I've been tweeting about him crazy. But there was another tweet I sent out about. Yeah, about DJ Moore, and that Teddy Bridgewater actually targeted his number one quarterback, number one wide receiver, and number one running back like almost 60% of the time. So DJ Moore is going to get fed.
That's good.
I believe it too.
Michael Thomas didn't suffer much with Teddy, so I don't think DJ Moore
his percentage of team targets was quite high.
If you're hungry and you have a good attitude, you're going to get the ball.
Let me ask you, Nick. You said you were surprised he was there. Would you take him ahead of Mike Evans in a dynasty?
No, I would take Evans first.
What about Julio?
I would have, for the four guys right there, I would have it Evans, DJ Moore. If I was more win now, I'd probably take Julio. If I was a mid-range team or rebuilding, I'd probably go Calvin Ridley just because of the age. But that's how I'd probably have the four. Evans, Moore, toss up between Julio and Ridley, depending on my team.
Yeah, I mean, Calvin Ridley is 3 years older than DJ Moore? So he came in as an older prospect, right?
Yeah, he's 25
now?
right now. I think he's 25.
DJ Moore is 22.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, so it sounds like I took the worst player there in the first.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thanks a lot, guys. See, it was Nick. It was Nick tweeting out Ridley, and I just told
I knew we were
got
going to
in
do
your
this
head.
draft. I'm just going to pepper Dave with tweets. He's going to take Ridley, and I'll walk away with DJ Moore.
Well, I'm happy for you, jerk. Next.
Speaking of worst players in the draft, wait till Dave's next pick.
I know I did. I picked last at least, so this one.
But this is where Dave kind of tells us, oh, by the way, like it's a 2 tight end. Or
Yes, this is exactly
or
what
is
it
it, or is
happened.
it the Gesicki pick?
I think it was the
Ron?
Gesicki pick.
It's the
Yeah.
Gesicki pick.
I think it was
Because,
round
like, at this point,
16
Dave's
before
picked,
the
like,
three of
his
us
fifth-
realized.
Dave's picked his 5th tight end. I'm thinking, what the hell is that guy doing?
I don't think it was the tight end. I think it was who I took as a bit of a surprise. But again, definitely a lot of upside for TJ. I did not take him first. Nick, you I believe took Aaron Jones first.
Yeah, Tennessee North division here.
Yeah, I was desperate for another running back. I was worried that there was going to be nothing left.
Yeah, as we'll see, you took, I think, just to give you a heads up, you took the next 4 for you were running back. So we'll get into that.
That's
Speaking
And
of nothing left, Ty's last pick was James Conner, so there was some running backs.
then,
Yeah, there was stuff left.
Ty, you took Allen Robinson. Definitely a talent, not the best spot, but again, dynasty, and he's going to get some balls, I'm sure. He's all right.
Well, if Nick Foles is throwing, the balls might actually be inside
Maybe.
the sidelines.
Who knows?
Nick Foles might be the best quarterback he's ever played with, and I
That
feel
is
so
sad.
fucking sad for this guy.
Yeah.
And not the
I love
gambler.
Allen Robinson though; he's a good talent.
Yeah, well, Robinson's only 26, and he's going. His ADP right now is way lower. Like it's pretty far down, like almost in the mid-teens to almost 20 for wide receivers, which is crazy to me. He had like 170 targets last year or something like that. He's going to get fed again.
And I think he's legitimately like a year older than Calvin Ridley, maybe a year and a half.
Yeah,
So he was a very
he feels like
young.
he's been in the league for
Even
10
young.
years, but
Well,
he was
remember-
young when he was drafted. It was Marquise Lee that they took
Marquise
in the,
Lee.
in the first
Yeah.
was the
And
more
Allen
established
Robinson.
slot guy, and then
Yeah.
Allen Robinson was the project. And yeah, I think the second round they took him. Yeah,
We got Kenny Rogers, the gambler, and then Jay, you took Aaron Rodgers, the scrambler.
Well, I had
Good
to
for-
because I have
yeah.
Kyler Murray and Tua, so I needed a quarterback that's definitely going to start, other than Kyler Murray, and I wanted a veteran QB with no wide receivers to throw to.
It's got Devontae, which I think is overrated, but you guys all love.
One
He's probably
one
good.
amazing wide receiver to throw to.
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch. We'll see, but he might have
Alan Lazard.
Lazard. He's going to be something, guys. Look out.
Devin Funchess.
And then I took
Lazard's a good sleeper this year. I think you get him cheap.
Could be. I took TJ Hawkinson. I think Hawkinson because I just, sometimes you just got to go with your gut. This guy is just going to have a week. What he did week 1 last year, he's going to have like every week next year.
He could easily be a second-year breakout candidate, though.
He could.
He's got to just hang on to the fucking ball if he could just
Okay.
stop dropping it. But he was like an 8th, 9th overall pick for them.
Yeah, it's a fun league, so I thought I'd have some fun. Just take
Look
cover. So.
Think of how many tight ends don't work out in year 1. It's very common.
Yeah.
I think what kind of this pick kind of shook me a bit was just because Justin Jefferson was still on the board.
And still will be a little while longer, but that's the division, right? So
Absolutely.
Looking down. Oh yeah, I know. I just next on the listy poo quickly, we took the AFC West, I think.
Who picked that one?
I don't know.
I don't
Might have
remember.
been me. I lost track who picked what. But we'll just quickly go through these ones. I think I took Cortland Sutton first, actually. I might have, because I took Hawkinson last,
you
and then
did,
I took Sutton.
Yeah.
I was really torn between him and Judy. As you'll see, Ty took him in 2 picks later, and then Jay, I think you took Clyde Edwards at that point, which is a good spot for them.
I was
The fact
very,
he's still
very,
there,
very
right?
happy to get him there.
I mean, I don't have him ranked that high. I'm not a big fan, though I should be maybe, but I do like Cortland Sutton. I'm certainly not complaining, but yeah. So Jay likes his pick at Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but that landing spot, oh man,
Yeah.
it's going with scrumptious.
That's a good pick there. I was happy with Jerry Judy coming next because they're pretty similar in the rankings for me.
A really good division, and then Nick, you got Austin Eckler. I mean, it'll be a little bit different for him this year. It's going to be interesting to see how he's affected with the quarterback situation there.
Yeah, I think for me, anyways, I don't know about what you guys think, but Eckler's a sell for me because check down Charlie Rivers isn't there anymore, and we know Tyrod doesn't target the the running back position. He tends to target the tight end position. So I'm a little worried about Eckler, but
he'll still be a good option this year and probably next, I think. But yeah, Phillip Rivers did throw to his running backs like 25% of the time. Ty God's not going to do that. When Justin Herbert comes in, which is inevitable, I don't know.
Who knows, right?
Yeah, I'm not really sure how he's going to use his running backs, but Eckler will still be a safe bet.
Absolutely.
He is a good sell, though. I agree.
Again, Nick's taking a lot of running backs right now. His next one he took was his boy J.K. Dobbins.
I was thrilled right here. I was thrilled.
It's all yours, buddy. Good for you. And then Ty, you grabbed Juju real quick there, didn't you? And then Odell. So a couple good receivers still available here. You guys snacked them up. And I had to take again. That was a tough one. Again, I struggled with this pick, Joe Burrow. This is another Jeopardy moment. It took me a while. Didn't really need a quarterback. I didn't really know who else to take. He was the guy. So again, Dynasty
That's
League.
a good pick there.
So coming up next, I know this was me because I remember this scenario. I remember thinking, I'm going NFC East because Dave's got a shit ton of tight ends already. I'm going to get Mike Gesicki. So I gave Dave, here's the NFC East for you, buddy. And AFC, sorry. I know Dave loves Devin Singletary. So I thought I was giving him Devin Singletary in a silver platter, but instead he took Mike Gesicki, which royally fucked my tight end plan. So I got Devin Singletary. Ty took Sam Darnold because Ty loves Sam Darnold.
CBD.
He's underrated,
Interesting
guys.
story. Ty got mono like a year and a half ago. It was really weird. I don't know where he got it from, but he got it from someone that he loves.
I actually gave it to him.
Ty.
Oh,
I was patient zero.
We're not far from New York. Then Le'Veon Bell. Good for you, Nick. Give that man a chance.
You know what
I'm a believer in Adam Gase, apparently.
Yeah, well, I think that goes to show how that division after. Gesicki was great. Thanks again,
welcome,
Jay. And I think that's exactly where we realized. Well, wait, we need two tight ends. Dave's already got three, and then you'll see the next round, which Nick has first, and he's got Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry was first for Nick, and then Noah Fant. Ty grabbed him, and then Jay picked Darren Waller. So
I just took the third best of the three.
Yeah, those are all good talents. I think there's a bit of not quite a drop off after that. There's two more guys I would say that are, or maybe three.
Yeah, Zach Ertz is out there, but we weren't picking that division at the time.
Yeah, and he goes next round. I took Melvin Gordon the third because I didn't need a tight end, and he was there. And
you set yourself up well there. You didn't need a tight end.
Yeah,
I did.
So
Yeah, exactly.
He was able to take a good running back. I had to reach on Noah Fant just to get another tight end there. So
that's where I peaked at my strategy. That's where I peaked, and then after that it was whateverness. Next round I think it went back the other way. Terry McLaurin, no complaints there. Zach Ertz. Jay quickly picked up another tight end because it's Zach Ertz, right? So
exactly.
And then I like this. Ty, went a little bit younger. Oh no, you already had started doing young and talented. Sorry, and Daniel Jones. I like that.
I started my typical strategy of just piling onto the quarterbacks that nobody loves and getting a bunch of them at the end of the draft. I like Danny Dimes.
I goes two straight quarterbacks after this one. So
he does, yeah. And then Jay, you got your boy. Oh no, sorry, you didn't. That's Nick that got Jalen Reagor.
I'm just gonna use him as trade bait, and we'll wait for one of you three guys, one of the two guys, to jump in and buy him from me.
You mean me?
It'll probably be Jay, maybe me. I like him too.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
And then quickly to the next round, I think Nick picked first and grabbed Landry. So he's. I'm not big on Landry, but I don't know. He can put up some points. That's for sure. He has and will again.
So you're not big on a guy that's been excellent his entire career.
He's basically a top 24 receiver every single year. Top 15 several. He's never going to have those massive weeks really in his one big touchdown season in Miami.
He's had one season with a ton of touchdowns, but other than that, he's been a fucking great wide receiver his entire career. He's so underrated.
Consistent as hell, yeah.
So underrated.
He's a safety blanket.
If Odell stays in Cleveland, I don't see that much separating them personally.
I see like some separation there still, but I think fantasy points at the end of the year, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Very different players, but yeah.
And then Ty, you took his quarterback, Baker Mayfield, another young guy for your second quarterback of this little grouping. And then a young wide receiver, Jay, you grabbed T. Higgins. Good for you, buddy.
Sure did, buddy.
I kind of want to
Jay's guy.
And then I just quickly took Mark Ingram. Next round, I snagged Justin Jefferson. Finally comes off the board. I'm really happy with that. And then Jay, you grabbed David
Comeback
Montgomery.
Player of the Year, fantasy.
Oh yeah, thanks.
He had a ton of opportunities last year. He could make a good comeback.
I hope
this year.
so.
He could be a bounce back guy.
I'm hoping so. I do like that guy, Matthew Stafford. Then Ty kind of brings some wisdom to his group of quarterbacks. Good for you with Stafford.
Would you say you're putting your quarterback team on Matt Stafford's back?
Oh, I think that's a bad idea.
I actually wanted to take Matt Stafford here. I was just fairly strong at quarterback at this point, but I love Matt Stafford. And it's fitting that Ty took Matt Stafford here because in every league that we're in, no one else owns him other than Ty and I.
Yeah, and we're in about 10 leagues, all four of us together. It's always Jerry that has him. So
I do notice that Jay has him a lot. I do notice that.
It's about 50-50 between me and Ty.
Every time I beat
One time I traded for Matt Stafford from Ty.
Huh?
Because there's no one else that owned him.
Well, Stafford, if he rebounds like he was playing last year, I think he was averaging his QB number 4 last year.
3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty high up.
He throws the ball a lot. He gets a lot of attempts. And,
He's a chucker.
He's a chucker.
His father was a chucker.
Thielen, Nick grabbed him up. So
I stacked back-to-back safe wide receivers there with limited upside, I guess.
Yeah, that's what you want is a bunch of safe players in a 4-man league. Can't wait for Nick's Peyton Barber stack. It's coming.
Nick wears 8 condoms. It has kids. Do the math, folks.
And then Nick took Todd Gurley, the second. I always forget that he's number 2. Great. I love that guy. I think he's having a great year. Fantastic. Keyshawn Vaughn, Ty snagged him up. Good pick there. And then Dave filled the need, I think, at quarterback. I think he filled the need there. He needed to grab another one. Matt Ryan at the big, right the heart of his career. And then Curtis Samuel, which I'm hoping has a bounce back year. I don't know what's going on with it. We'll see. And then quickly, we're just going a little bit quicker here. So I took Robert Woods, Deebo Samuel, which he dropped. And then Tyler Higbee. Ty took another tight end. Good for you. I like Higbee.
We need tight ends. We'll see.
And then Nick snagged up Chris Carson. Good for you. Or bad for you. I don't know. I don't really know much about Chris Carson.
He'll play maybe one game this year. Who knows?
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, Rashad Penny's not going to play that many. DJ Dallas might be the guy to own there this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Our next round found us to have the highest ADP finally taken that was still kind of around for a few rounds in Keenan Allen, which Ty snagged after Nick grabbed Henry Ruggs, the third.
I love Henry Ruggs there, though.
I love both those picks, but I would take Henry Ruggs for sure. Yeah,
that's a steal for Henry Ruggs. Keenan Allen, you kind of had to take him at that point. Like he's still really good.
Just like this is a guy that I'll start in a 4-man league. Like he's probably going to play in my flex spot a lot of weeks. I have to take him here,
Yeah, and he's been healthy lately, so good for him. And then Drew Lock, Jay goes a little younger. This quarterback here.
I had a good mix. I got some of the oldest quarterbacks in the NFL and some of the youngest.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's a lock, Dave. It's a lock.
It is a lock. God damn.
Jay's shoe into the week. I should have said lock of the week.
My lock.
I fucked that up.
Fired.
And then I handcuffed with Lindsay because I had Melvin Gordon, so I just grabbed Lindsay. And that division was starting to get a little bit depleted. Not quite. I think we go back to that division again.
Maybe this is where I was kind of pissed off because I actually picked this division for Dave because I really wanted Dallas Goedert as my tight end behind Zach Ertz. And Dave, you fucked me again, buddy. Just like Mike Gesicki. I thought you were going to take Antonio Gandy Golden because you like to say his name, and I know you're simple. But you took Dallas Goedert, and I took Antonio Gandy Golden.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to have Antonio, but I couldn't pass up Dallas.
I took Darius Geis because we have IR spots.
No, we actually don't. I forgot to tell you, we don't have any IR spots.
That's a starting spot. I thought you did put one in there.
Oh, no, there's no IR spots.
All right, there's a spot on the bench for him there. And then Nick,
spot you got Dave's heart for him.
Michael Gallup, which has lost a little value, but you really can't complain of getting him at where you got him. Like having him on your team. He's going to step up. He's a viable option, especially if somebody goes down too.
I still think he could get 100 targets. Like if you look at that Dallas offense, they could have 3 wide receivers close to 100 targets next year, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Again, he passes a lot as well, despite having Elliott. He still gets a lot of balls in the air. So
they don't have a big pass catching option at tight end. Yeah. Ezekiel obviously catches share, Tony Pollard a bit, but
that's where it is.
Yeah, it's not Blake Jarwin. I don't know how many targets Blake Jarwin's going to have this year. I think all 3 tight ends will have a bit of work.
I think this is
3 wide receivers.
This is a supreme case of believing the talent. Because Michael Gallup's a great player. We all liked him before
Definitely.
the drafting of CeeDee Lamb, but I still like Michael Gallup. And there's no guarantee that that good old Moneybags is going to be there very long.
Exactly. It's not
Amari
Cooper.
Cooper.
Yeah.
Well, he just signed a big contract with that Moneybags. Was good.
That's clear.
Good old Moneybags. Yeah, we knew what you meant.
I missed Moneybags Cooper.
And then Nick, you got your boy Brandon Ayuk the next round, wide receiver. Ayuk, and then Ty, you took my boy Jared Goff. He's gonna have a hell of a year, son.
I think he bounces back. He bounces back.
He has
Boy,
to,
boy,
or he
has
bounces
to.
out.
He has to. He has to have a better year. He has to have a significantly better year.
Just wanted to keep adding to my island of misfit toys that are my quarterbacks.
Oh, he's gonna be your guy, buddy. Don't worry. And then Jay took Tyler Lockett, which I had him.
It's a lock, Dave. It's a lock.
I had him well before his time, but not a bad
It's
pick.
also-
Worth that.
It's also Jay's shoe of the week.
My lock of the week, Ty.
Damn it!
I went back to another tight end after that, just in
Is
case.
this your seventh tight end there, Dave?
Fifth.
Dave
Yeah,
only
1,
wants the
2,
things that he doesn't
5,
personally have.
That's
Yeah,
right.
It's his fifth.
Filling voids here with tight end.
That's my voice.
And then I had to fill my last quarterback with some experience. I didn't have any experience. Well, no, that's not true. I had Russell Wilson, but I grabbed Drew Brees. Milked the last couple years out of that fella. He's got a few good targets there, I think, in New Orleans. I think
Yeah,
Michael
he'll have another good year.
Thomas, whatever. And then Jared Cook. Okay. And you guys all took tight ends here. Jared Cook, Hayden Hurst. I think he's a little underrated. I think he's going to have a solid year. He's in a good spot there. And then Autumn Trotman. Again, this is dynasty focused. So when he plays in about 3-4 years, Nick. Good, buddy.
Nick knows we would have ripped him if he didn't take Troutman somewhere. He's been such a proponent of him. I think he knew he had to take him. So.
I pretty much felt forced. Yeah, it was peer pressure, really.
I'm glad you guys didn't see that I didn't take Cole Kmet.
Oh, we saw Jay.
I asked you about that.
We have a separate group chat that you're not involved in on that.
Oh, damn.
Some pretty harsh things. Some things were said about your parents. Things were said about your mother, and it was by me. I said it. I'm your brother, but still,
Oh,
they were
damn.
disappointed.
Did you guys make fun of my name of my podcast, Keeping Up with Cole Kmet?
Yes, we did.
All K's.
And then our last round, who got the best player in this round? We have still some good talent here with Marquise Brown for Nick, James Conner for Ty, AJ Green, the amazing AJ. I love that guy. And then I got Kareem Hunt. Because, well, why not? What the hell?
The backup quarterback in Cleveland.
Backup running back. Well,
Was it Griffin,
shared, sort of.
Where's Griffin these days? Where's Griffin the fourth, third, whatever is Griffin?
He's in Baltimore.
He's only been in Cleveland like 2 years.
Yeah, well, I'm not the only one that doesn't know that, okay? And that was our draft. So as I say, it's a lot different, some interesting picks. I say McCaffrey didn't go until like round 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10 or something.
I think 10. Thomas with the same round.
Whatever
So
the first round was, we nominated that division. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jay said we had a lot of fun doing it. I think it's gonna be fun to kind of follow and you definitely can't miss a week because you have to go matchups on this. Definitely. So it could be fun for four people, 6 people, 8 people. I would stick with even numbers. They tend to work better in fantasy draft.
Head to head doesn't work well when you don't have even numbers.
No, and then there's bye weeks and it gets kind of weird.
I prefer my bye weeks to be when I play Dave rather than just bye week.
Wow.
I don't mean that, Dave.
That's fair.
It just seemed funny.
I won a league once a time ago. But yeah, so it was just fun, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm also looking forward to some other leagues, some real leagues that we're going to be doing, as Nick said. So look out for that. Anything else you guys want to?
Yeah, I think this league works best if you're playing with close friends. Like if you're playing people you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
This type of league doesn't work as well. But knowing the tendencies of people, like twice it fucked me trying to get Dave to pick a certain player, and he knew me. So it kind of backfired, but it's like you're playing a game of chess and you're doing a draft at the same time, and every player in your team is excellent. Like other than like maybe most of Dave's team, they're all pretty good. I'm just kidding. Dave's got a great team too. Like everyone has a great team, and it's going to be a lot to do with it's going to be one of those days where it's Sunday morning and you're looking at your roster and you're like, do I take out Aaron Rodgers and put in it's all matchup based, so it's going to be pretty fun. I think I'm looking forward to writing about it throughout the season.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely better with friends, absolutely, than strangers. And interesting. The only time I've ever owned Mahomes probably at McCaffrey. So,
yeah, it was a fun draft. It was a fun couple of hours. We had a really good time doing it. I recommend doing this with some of your buddies.
It might be better for redraft, maybe you know,
Yeah,
depending
probably,
because
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
so many just good
Go for it,
players.
man. Yeah.
And
Just,
you know, no one's drafting Pittman or Mims or those
Yeah.
type really. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
we
it
don't
was
have a
blast.
we don't have a redraft podcast.
Well,
If we did. That's probably
we
what
were
we'd have done.
thinking
Yeah.
about doing maybe a keeper version of this, or potentially a dynasty, or potentially redraft. We're not sure what we're doing with this league. We just want to test it out, see if
Yeah.
it's something worth putting an article on the website about like just having, just making fantasy fun again.
Yeah.
And
Do we
not
get any?
stressful,
Yeah.
not like, you know, there's no money riding on it necessarily if you don't want it there to
Oh.
be. Like, it's just straight up fun, and you're
Money.
playing with your buds. So it's not like you're messaging someone in Yahoo leagues or ESPN or fucking Sleeper that you don't know and be like, hey, you want to make a trade? You're messaging your friend and you're trying to get your friend to make a trade. I really enjoy it.
But speaking of messaging random people on Sleeper, we do have a
Get Mahomes
listener
next.
league
Actually, I
coming
don't
up.
think you can.
Remember the listener league on Sleeper? You can message
Yep.
random people there. They'll be us.
But it will be random. We'll all be friends at the end. We'll
That's
we'll
true.
all,
Yeah.
we'll all be
There'll
friends.
be people. Yeah, I'm excited
Well,
for that too. And
We're all good people. We're all good people here.
Yeah.
And if we're all still in lockdown and the core is still going on, I think it'd be a lot of fun if we do the draft. Anyone that wants to participate, if they decide they want to, get on camera. We'll do a Zoom call or a Skype call, whatever you guys choose, and we'll
That
all
would
get
be
together.
fun.
I think that'd be a fucking blast,
I
personally.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Like that
No
idea.
Yeah,
shirt,
so-
no pick though. No shirt, no pick.
Yeah, so that draft again, guys, is gonna be June 7th between 4 and 8 p.m. Eastern time, probably. So hit us up on Twitter and let us know that you're interested through DMs, please.
And we're gonna have 1 or 2 episodes before then, so we'll see how we get.
Yeah,
we're gonna have more
it'll be a
time,
reminder.
So yeah. Well, awesome. Jay, is that good? Is that good? Are we good for time, buddy? Are we good?
Looking good,
Good?
buddy. Looking
All
good.
right. Well, I hope you guys had fun. As fun as we had with this league. Again, you can tweak it any kind of way you want. It's just something that we kind of put together. It worked really well, but there's all the things you can little tweak here and there. But it's yours to do what you want with, right? And have fun with it, guys. That's most important. Is you're having fun, having a good time, and stay safe.
Absolutely, Dave.
All that good stuff. All right. Check it out, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye, Z's.
Bye.
This is the Dynasty Football Live podcast.